Lerone Murphy versus Movsar Evloev. I was at UFC London at the weekend and it was pretty fucking insane. So I have a different perspective than kind of most people on how this fight went. And in today's video, I'm going to break down what I was thinking when the fight was actually taking place in front of me and what I was thinking rewatching it back and who really won. The London card was absolutely sick. If you've never gone to a UFC live, you have to do it. But before we get into all of this, boys, the road to 5k has begun. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, it is popping at the moment. I appreciate all the love from all of you. Let's get fucking into this. So I've been recording the last 10 minutes and only realized my mic was on mute there, but it's fine. But I'm going to be the only person, one of the only people I guess I could say, that has an actual unique perspective on Lerone Murphy and the whole London card, simply because Movsar and Lerone, simply because I was actually at the O2 watching this live. So I'm able to give it a little bit more of a live kind of what the crowd was feeling, how the judges might have saw it compared to when you actually rewatch the fight. You're able to break things down a little bit more. When I was in the O2, I was thinking, okay, Lerone Murphy definitely won that. I was genuinely in shock. And people around me were like, what the fuck? How did Movsar win that? Fuck it out, man. How did Movsar get that? I genuinely thought the first 3 rounds had gone to Lerone Murphy. I thought you take the point deduction out there. I thought it was 48-46. Would have been a 48-47. But the point deduction was in there. I think you give the first 3 rounds to Lerone, the body work. The first round, I don't know how any judge on the fucking planet can score that from Movsar Evloev. I genuinely was in shock reading the scorecards. It was a disgrace. Absolute disgrace. But when I was there, I was like, right, Lerone got the first 2 rounds, point deduction. This is light work. You know, he's getting up all Movsar's takedowns. Movsar's not really landing anything significant. Neither is Lerone. But I think Lerone is doing a little bit more in the striking. Crowd is a little bit more behind him. It wasn't a great fight. It wasn't a great fight at all. It was quite weird. But when you look at these guys stylistically, it was never going to be a massively exciting fight. Okay, let's be real. Okay, Movsar, I don't know what the fuck he was doing in the first 2 rounds. I remember literally saying to the guy beside me, he was like, why isn't he shooting? Going into third, I was like, what the fuck is Movsar doing? Why is he not shooting takedowns? Because, you know, Lerone is very good with his elusive movement. Lerone's a very good mover, and I really realized in the cage. I don't think that was the problem, though. I genuinely was looking at Lerone. A lot of the time, he was backed up against the cage, and it was an easy takedown. And if you didn't notice, anytime Movsar shot, he got a takedown. I know he's 9 out of 10 takedowns there, but Movsar was having a lot of success with the grappling when he was engaging. The first 2 and 3 rounds, really, there was none of that. I know he got a takedown, I think, in the third, but the first 2 rounds in particular, there was nothing from Movsar with the grappling. Like, literally 0 effort in the grappling. I couldn't believe it. This is your whole game plan. This is everything you are good at. This is what you are known for. You're undefeated in this area. This is what is winning you fights. And what's winning Lerone Murphy fights is standing there, picking his opponent's part and using his hands. Why are you engaging with him? Because he was clearly better on the feet than Movsar, in my opinion. He was clearly more elusive. He was using his kicks way better. He was able to find the range way better. He is literally a striker, and you are a grappler. Why are you not shooting? I genuinely, for the life of me, could not fucking understand it. Because I've seen Lerone Murphy get taken down quite easily in his career. And if you look at the 4th and the 5th, that is when Movsar was able to do a lot of work. Now, he is very good at getting back to Lerone. He's very good at getting back to his feet. But, in case you haven't noticed, Movsar Evloev is not that good. Movsar is not that good. Movsar has no control against top featherweights. Simple. No control against top featherweights. Arnold Allen was a complete robbery. Okay, complete robbery. Aljamain Sterling was very good, but Sterling was engaging in the grappling. Sterling wanted it in the grappling. The scrambles in that fight were to be studied. It was incredible. That was an incredible fight. Diego Lopez put Movsar in a world of trouble on the ground. World of trouble. And that was like a week's notice Lopez before he was title challenger, unlimited title shot glitch Lopez. Way before Diego Lopez was established. It was his debut on short notice. Movsar has 0 fucking chance against Volkanovski. And Lerone Murphy had 0 chance against Volk. Gene Silva would decapitate both of these guys. I think Arnold Allen beats both of them. Again, I think he beat Movsar the first time. It's been 2 years. He's so close. Oh my god, that Gene Silva fight was fucking frustrating. Because I was like, you're so close. Just push a little bit harder in the third and you would have won the fight. I predict that he will beat Costa. I do. But Movsar, man, I was disappointed. I really was. I was telling boys all week, like, this isn't going to be close. Movsar's going to go in there and shut him down with the grappling. He didn't even engage in the grappling. And after rewatching it, I should say this before I go any further. After rewatching it, I'm giving Lerone Murphy the first 3 rounds. I really am. And I know it's easy to look at the flurry at the end of the third and think, oh, okay, Movsar won that fight. Body kicks, bro. Body kicks. That is the most important thing. Yes, Movsar had some body kicks in that round. Lerone was using the jab. Lerone was finding. You know, but Lerone's so slow with his boxing. He is a literal nightmare. Not nightmare, actually. What the fuck am I talking about? He's a dream matchup for Volkanovski. Dream matchup. He slowly punches. He leaves his chin up in the air. Movsar striking. I always said Movsar had underrated striking. I always did say that. But you're not good at striking. Gene Silva would decapitate you. I think Lopez would beat you in a rematch. I think Arnold beats you in a rematch. I think Volk wipes the floor 50-45. I genuinely believe this, yeah? Volkanovski is going to win every single second of that fight. If Islam Makhachev has an extremely hard time of keeping you down and you're Volkanovski, there is zero chance Movsar Evloev will. Zero. I genuinely believe that. I think Movsar is beatable. I don't think he's all he's cracked up to be. I really don't. And for the first 2 rounds, I'll keep saying it. I honestly cannot for the life of me understand why you're not engaging with the grappling. Why you're not shooting takedowns. Why you're not even attempting. You're letting Lerone win. You're letting Lerone play his game. And he was doing it well. What fucking judges are giving Lerone Murphy or Movsar the first round? That was clearly Lerone. Could even be the clearest round. To be honest with you, round 2 was quite clear. There was zero chance that Lerone Murphy lost that first round. And that is what lost him the fight. That is what lost him the fight. Listen, if you want to give this a draw, fine by me. But I gave Lerone the first 3 rounds. I really did. Do I think it's a robbery? No, I don't. I don't think this was clear at all. Like, I really don't. Like, you could give Movsar the third. There's no way Movsar won, in my opinion. And I know a lot of people say, oh, well, that's a robbery. That's a robbery. Lerone Murphy didn't exactly win. Lerone Murphy just did a little bit more than Movsar. But I don't think Lerone Murphy won. I don't think there was a winner in this fight. I think a draw actually probably was the best outcome, to be honest with you, for both of them. Because Movsar looked fucking shit. Now, he was away for like a year and a half. Lerone's basic. I've said this for so long. Lerone is basic. He has no like one thing to really get him through these fights. He's no one thing to really put danger. He's no one thing. Like, Movsar was known for the grappling. He didn't engage in that. Gene Silva's known for fucking knocking you out and getting you in the pocket. If Gene Silva fights Volkanovski, I'm going to cry. I'm going to cry. As much as I don't think Movsar deserved this fight, you have to give him a title shot. You simply have to give him... You can't give Gene Silva a title shot, man. There's no way. But all in all, it was quite just like a disappointing fight. Like I said, I didn't have my hopes massively high for it, but I wanted to see Movsar, like, if he was going to win, I wanted to see it convincing. I thought Lerone won, bro. I really did, and I watched it twice. I'm still giving him the first 3 rounds. If you want to give it a draw, that's fine, but 4-1 Movsar is not on. That's not on. That is a fucking disgrace, okay? First round to Lerone, clearly. 2 judges gave Movsar the first round. It was ridiculous. Ridiculous, okay? But yeah, it was bad. I'm a little bit late just because I flew home from England last night. So yeah, co-main event, Luke Riley versus Michael Aswell. Anybody thinks that Michael Aswell won this fight is a fucking retard and has no idea what they're watching. It was clearly 3 rounds to Luke Riley. Yes, Michael Aswell had moments. Yes, it was competitive. Yes, he landed sometimes. Yes, Luke Riley got hit with shots maybe he shouldn't have. Luke was doing way more though. Luke was landing more frequently. Luke was doing the better shots, doing more damage. It's a damage-based scoring system. The person doing the most damage is winning the fight. Okay? Simple. Anybody that says 2-1 Aswell is retarded. Fucking retarded. This was clearly Luke Riley's fight. Okay? Yes, I worry for Luke Riley moving forward. I do think he's only in the UFC 5-6 months. He has way more time to improve. Co-main event as well is a massive thing. The whole arena was sold out. It is a massive step up. Okay, he should be on the prelims realistically. He should be on the prelims, but I don't think Luke Riley did bad in this fight. Okay, I really don't. Michael Aswell Jr. was taking shots that would have put a lot of fighters in that division out cold. Cold. Okay, so he deserves credit for having a good chin. He deserves credit for landing. He landed some really good shots on Luke, but I think it was one-way traffic. I really do. Yes. Was it the fact you thought Michael Aswell Jr. actually won? Or was it the fact you were expecting Luke Riley to go in there and fucking blast his chin off in the first round? Which were you actually? Which is it? Because I genuinely cannot see how you think Luke Riley lost that fight. It was clearly 3 rounds. They were close, but it was clear. Okay, I get he's like not Paddy Pimblett. I get he's not this incredible striker. Okay, maybe you have this massive picture of Luke Riley in your head because you watch him in Cage Warriors, like I did. I understand Luke Riley's really good at striking. I understand Luke Riley's only been in the UFC a couple months. He even said it was a 5 out of 10 performance. Wasn't great. But you can't expect perfection all the time. But he was clearly winning, though. That's what I'm trying to get at here. That Luke Riley was clearly winning this fight. Michael Aswell did well, landed shots, hit Luke Riley with some good shots that Luke probably should have defended. But no, he didn't win. He didn't win a round. 3 rounds to Luke Riley, in my opinion. 3 rounds, clearly. And I want to get into Michael Venom Page here. Michael Venom Page is one of the most boring fighters that I have ever had the privilege of watching. 33 strikes in a fight is terrible. And Sam Patterson, you ain't getting off so easy either. Okay? Now, before anybody gives me this fucking bullshit, oh, well, Sam Patterson didn't engage. Don't blame MVP, bro. Don't be mad. Don't be mad because MVP, bro. Michael Venom Page is known as one of the best strikers in the UFC. Correct? Correct. He shouldn't have to wait for someone to come with him. He shouldn't have to, literally, unless you are a fucking can who is in there begging to get flatline fucking KO'd by a knee. Michael Venom Page doesn't knock you out. It's a fact. He hasn't got a finish in 3 years. When have we seen Michael Venom Page brutally fucking KO someone? When? When is the last time we have seen that? He has not had an entertaining fight in the UFC. He's dancing on his people. Yes, he's doing extremely well. This was a pathetic performance from MVP. Genuinely. And I'm a big MVP fan. I always said he's so hard to figure out. It takes something special to outstrike MVP. If there's anybody in the 170 division that can do it. Ian Gary did not outstrike him. It was the grappling that won him that fight. And Ian Gary did win that fight. MVP is notorious for flashness and, don't blink. Don't blink. Guru said it best. Don't blink because you won't fucking miss anything. Blink all you want. We haven't seen that MVP in a long time. I'm pretty sure the fucking fight that he knocked your man out in was low kicks or something like that. I can't remember. But he waits for you to come in. And if you don't come in, MVP is not taking any risks by going forward and actually attempting to KO you from anything other than a counterpunch. He takes no initiative. He never marches forward and tries to KO you himself. Sam Patterson, what were you fucking doing as well? Yes, you tried in moments, a little bit. I give MVP probably 2 rounds. It was 2-1. I think I gave him the first 2 or some shit like that. Patterson in the third, he's in the cage a little bit more. But he's so boring. And the thing about MVP is, because people hype him up to be this massive KO artist, you are kind of on the edge of your seat a lot. You're like, oh shit, maybe MVP might KO this guy at any fucking moment. But it never happens. It never happens, bro. It never happens. It's just like, it's so boring. He was booed out of that arena. And he fucking should have been, bro. You're from London. Go in there and try and KO this guy. Don't give me the bullshit that's up to Sam Patterson. Because it's clearly fucking not. Because he knows exactly what Michael Venom Page is going to try and do. And if he gets in that space, it's up to MVP when Sam Patterson isn't engaging. Okay, this guy isn't engaging. Let me go after him. Let me go try KO this guy. Because that's going to have openings too. But it was boring as fuck. And MVP jumping up and down, doing jumping jacks in the cage. Never ever, showing any urgency to get in there and really put Sam Patterson on the back foot and really trying to KO this guy. No. But guess what? MVP never fucking does. He never does that. That was one of the worst fights in UFC history. One of the worst fights in UFC history. It was terrible. Absolutely terrible, bro. And the thing about MVP at welterweight is, he could do that to a lot of guys. I think we would see MVP in more entertaining fights against the top guys in the division because they're going to take risks. Like, him versus Leon Edwards was kind of a fight a few years ago. People are saying, oh, it could be a massive fight in a stadium like Wembley. That would be one of the most boring fights in the history of the sport. One of the most boring fights ever. I picked MVP to beat Ian Gary. And he could have beat Ian Gary, but he's grappling shit. MVP's grappling's fucking wank. It's gotten better, to be fair, but... No, bro, MVP's not it. MVP is not it. And I've realised that. I realised MVP is not it. The people MVP will do the best against are the people who takes the most risks. Or they're cans, and they're just going to go in there and literally get KO'd in front of you for the spectacle. That's all MVP does. But the people who are at the top are inclined to take more risks because they have a ranking and they don't want to lose it. Like Carlos Prates versus MVP would be a great fight. Because Carlos Prates, unless he fights the way he did against Ian Gary, is going to march forward. Now, maybe it will be a shit fight because he will do that. But JDM would be a sick fight because he's going to move forward. They have to move forward. It's their thing. Sam Patterson shit his fucking pants in there. He was mortally terrified of getting KO'd bad. He was so scared of that. And it clearly showed. It clearly showed because MVP just jumping jacks, a little low kick here and there, and he do like his little like dance and stuff like that. No, bro. No. It was terrible. It was absolutely terrible. One of the worst fights I've ever seen. I'd rather watch fucking Ngannou versus Derek Lewis, if I'm being completely honest with you, or Adesanya versus Romero. Terrible fight. MVP needs... Stick MVP against some top guys that'll actually march forward. And then we can see the best of both worlds. We can see MVP, Counter-Strike and stuff like that. And it'll probably be a little bit more entertaining. I don't want to talk about that fight. Christian Leroy Duncan looks fine. Curtis Campbell getting KO'd. Why the fuck Curtis Campbell was ever on the main card. Opening up the main card as well, I have no idea. He looked good in scrambles. And he actually had moments in the scrambles and in the grappling. Because he did look pretty decent there. But... No, it was, Curtis Campbell isn't it. But there is one guy I want to talk about. And I've already talked about that main event. Here we go. Mason Jones. This was a fucking scrap. We are Mason Jones fans, as Guru said. Holy shit. Now, Mason Jones has always fought like this. He gets caught out in the grappling in moments. He got caught out in the grappling years ago in London. But he went through the Cage Warriors route again, went back, kind of got his confidence back. Now he's back in the UFC. That third round was incredible, bro. Mason Jones comes out in there and scraps. That's what MVP needs to do. Go into people's faces. Because you're clearly the better striker. Stop trying to wait for counters, bro. Stop. But Mason Jones, absolutely incredible fight. Incredible performance. I had moments of worry with the takedowns and things like that. He actually liked some of my posts as well, which is pretty cool. But, yeah, bro. Mason Jones looks sick. Mason Jones looked like he belonged... in the top of this division. Not the top, but he looked like he belonged in the UFC. We'll see where lightweight goes for him. We'll see how far he can take it. But there is two actually. Any time, and I've said this so many times, Nathaniel Wood being an underdog is a glitch. He is always an underdog. Always. I don't know why. I don't know what these bookmakers are seeing. I swear to God, any single time Nathaniel Wood has fought, apart from the one he lost, I have bet on. Because he's always an underdog. And he's always going to win. Against people like this. Too sharp at the low kicks. Too good with the hands. Way too quick. The only thing is he's kind of like basic enough head movement. That's the only thing. But Nathaniel Wood is a savage, bro. Nathaniel Wood is a savage. I just want to see him fight more. I want to see him fight more. And I want to see him fight more ranked opponents. He is missing finishes. But Khabib didn't finish anybody. Khabib really didn't finish anybody. Makhachev was struggling to finish people on the way up. Very much so. You know what I mean? A lot of guys aren't finishing people and still getting big opportunities. Movsar is one of them. Look at fucking Movsar. Lerone as well. I know Lerone knocked out Aaron Pico, but Aaron Pico loses to anybody that's half fucking decent in MMA. Let's be honest. And, yeah, Nathaniel Wood looked good. Nathaniel Wood looked great, to be honest with you. And, yeah, I just want to see him fight, upper echelon of the division now. I don't want to see him stay in the prelims, even though he always does, but the most painful one of all... No, lads. Fucking lost again. Fuck's sake. Shamrock. Fucking hell, mates. You walked out the Phantom and you look like that. What the fuck are you doing? Oh, Shamrock. The Shem show, man. That was painful. That was painful. He looked so bad. Where were your takedowns, Shem? Me and Shem are cool. Me and Shem are cool as well, which is fucking cool to say, but where were your takedowns? Where was your urgency? Why weren't you shooting? I'm an elite grappler. He's a grappler. but I'm an elite grappler. Where was all this? I don't understand. But Shamrock, man, fuck. I thought we were gonna win this fight. We were gonna. Oh, lad, it was hard watch. But he just didn't look good. You know, your takedowns were awful. Where were your sharp takedowns? The grappling wasn't there. Your striking is made. You were getting countered. You got dropped. And the Shem show wasn't great, lad. You know what I'm saying? It just wasn't. It was a poor performance. But the whole UFC London card in and of itself, it was alright. It wasn't great. It was okay. It was such a one moment, it was unbelievable. The next, it was, look at that, like, decision. You know, TKO. We had a few TKOs and stuff like that. The arena was popping when that was happening. MVP, Luke Riley, Movsar Evloev. I don't understand it, bro. I don't understand. It was such a weird card. It was just a weird card. But like, subscribe, and all that good shit, boys. And thanks for watching.